Things are a bit of a mess.
It smells like the beginning of blooming passion fruit.
But I'm out here today focusing on the GreenStalk, which I like very much, but I'm not very thorough about watering it, so most things died. Most things in my garden are on drip irrigation, or not drip, automatic irrigation. So I wanted to figure out a way to hook this up to that also, and potentially do other ones. So this is what I've come up so far. I'm gonna cascade them down to the different levels. But up here, I've just cut sections, put T's into each section. And I'll be putting drip emitters at the end of each of those. And then it'll come from each level. So that's what I'm doing today. I'm going to talk about this night blooming jasmine that I love so much. And there was a bee on it.
I think it's not to bloom.
It is blooming, honey. It blooms at night.
Oh.
I saw a bumblebee just a minute ago. Oh, there she is. Oh, she's flying away.
Yeah, bye, go.
So this thing is huge.
I don't like this.
Sophie, get over there near it so we can show how big it is.
I'm gonna get off the hoverboard.
No, you're fine.
I want to get off the hoverboard.
So our front area here is a bit of a mess, but it's been brutal this summer and I haven't wanted to come out and keep everything weeded. So, but the brilliant thing about these stock tanks is that they don't really get weedy, and if they do, it's really simple to clean them out. I'm gonna get back to my GreenStalk, get that set up.
Ow!
You good?
You just got that on video.
What?
Okay.
So what is it for?
This is a drip. This is a drip emitter, and it's gonna drip into the GreenStalk.
Dad?
So I've done little extensions on each of these. This is gonna be the end of the top. For each of the emitters, I've done a little, it's about a 1-inch piece of piping, and I've done it all the way around for all 6.
So what do you use?
And then this is one that will allow it to drop to the level below it, or technically it's from coming up from the level below it.
So,
There we go. So I think we figured out the design we're going with. There will be a short length that goes to the next layer, then our emitter spikes, and then this will be the part that will cascade to the next layer, to a pipe to the next layer. So here's what my husband came up with for the different layers. The water will come up from the layer below and go to the different drippers. We'll go around, and then all the way around, and there's this elbow that'll go to the next layer. We've attached it. We're in each layer, and now we're just pressurizing it, getting the air out. But not all of the emitters are working yet, so we're still running it. Have to mess with it a little bit. Some are working really well. So our test run is showing that the bottom 2 layers are doing really well, putting out water. Once you get to the 3rd layer, it starts to kind of drip only, which is fine. And then the 4th and 5th are definitely struggling or not at all coming out. So I think our solution is to add another input into the top layers, because if the top 2 layers run as good as the bottom 2, it would almost compensate for this 3rd layer just kind of dripping, because with these running really well, there's a lot dripping down into the next layer. So I think that'll be a good solution. He's leaving a little bit of slack in the main lines so that I can still turn this, because of where this GreenStalk is positioned. I do turn it occasionally so that everything can get sun. Okay, so it seems that adding another line in was the fix that we needed. So these are all running very well. And so that they're feeding into the other ones, these are still running good. So these top 2 tiers, are on their own. These bottom 3 are on their own. And the excess from these can kind of compensate for this middle one. It works, but the flow is not as great. But as you can see, the top tiers are running very nicely into those. And then I'll go ahead and put the top fill bucket back on there, and then as I need to fertilize, I can do it from that still. But on a general, it'll get a daily watering now instead of me forgetting to water it. So I just want to clarify that I do love the GreenStalk, and I actually do plan on getting several more. But the problem with the GreenStalk is my problem in that I forget to water it. So everything else is on a timer system. Everything's kind of looking messy right now, but it's all on a timer system with watering emitters. So I wanted to figure out a way to do that to this as well. So there we go. And I've got some starts in the back, and I'll be planting those out when they're ready. So thanks for watching. I've turned all the emitters back on because we were working with them initially, and turned them all off to get the pressure right. And even with all the emitters that I already have through my garden, everything is still running very nicely. So I think